Hello. All right, here we go. We're starting now.
What is up, everybody? Ryan here. Thanks for coming on with me Saturday night. Another live stream. Appreciate everyone coming in, checking it out. I got a very special guest on tonight, and I'm really thrilled to talk with this guy, get to know him a little bit. So, yo, what's up? Who do we got in the chat here? I see Coolin' with Kraus. What's up, buddy? Neil C. Vids, Reliable HVACR, Adrian. Eddie is here. Guys, thanks a lot. I appreciate y'all coming in and checking it out. I still get nervous every time I do a live stream by myself. But anyway, it is what it is. So hopefully everybody out there is doing good. I got a very special guest on tonight. Pretty excited to talk to the guy. I've been chatting with him here and there over the last couple of weeks to get him lined up. And I'm excited. Everybody knows it's the HVAC guy. Let me see if I can maneuver my live stream app here, but I had a little clip, his intro clip, and now I seem to have lost it. Me do a little poking around here. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Comments, banners, brand. Could have swore I had it on here. It is what it is, but you all know who he is. He's the HVAC guy, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring him on right now. Yo, HVAC guy.
Hey, what's up?
How are you, man?
Oh, I'm doing good. You know my bedtime's at 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah, mine seems to be getting earlier and earlier the older I get. But your name is Curtis.
That's
Pleasure.
right.
Thanks for coming on. How are you, man?
Doing good. You know we're under a flash flood warning down here.
Are you now?
Yeah, it's been raining hard all day long.
Wow. And you do a lot of work in crawl spaces too, don't you?
Yeah, crawl spaces are a big thing down here.
So that could present a major problem for a
Well,
lot of your customers, right?
well, hopefully if the house is built right, the crawl space isn't getting wet.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really want to thank you for coming on with me. I've been following you. I've been subscribed to your channel for quite a while now, and I've just watched your channel grow. I mean, you've got to be thrilled with that, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to tell you the truth. I just started doing the videos because I had difficulty teaching employees. It's like it would
Uh-huh.
go in one ear and come right out the other, and I have to tell them again the next week. And I don't have any kids to teach it to, so I just started the channel to just pass it on.
Well, that's awesome. And I've got some questions lined up for you here. And again, everybody, this is the HVAC guy. His channel is HVAC guy on YouTube. His name's Curtis. Don't want to just call him HVAC guy, but I got a little segment here. I like to get to know the guest. So if you don't mind, I've got some prepared questions here, real professional
Sure,
like.
we'll try.
Where are you from?
South Carolina. I'm working in South Georgia, but I grew up in North Augusta, South Carolina. All of my family, except for one person on both sides of my family, all of them live in South Carolina.
Gotcha. Gotcha. It's nice down there, isn't it? It's a
South
good
Carolina is
part of the country.
a nice state to live in.
Yeah, I bet.
Where we lived, we were kind of like right in the middle, and there were 30 minutes to a lake, hour and a half to the coast, an hour and a half to the mountains. I mean, it was great.
And my next question is gonna be, how's the weather and what are the temps like down there generally? But, as we know now, you're getting, flash flood warnings, but generally on
Yeah,
a
it
average.
is. It's pouring rain. Um, we had really cold weather before winter started, and then the winter's been kind of mild.
Yeah. Yeah, ours has
Um,
been kinda mild too. We've gotten hit with some really cold days, but then it goes up to, like, 50. Alright, are you an employee or a business owner?
business owner.
Business owner. Okay. How many employees do you have?
One. That's me.
1. That's you. So it's a solo operation.
Now
That's
I did
awesome.
get up to where I had like 5 employees at one time, and
Uh-huh.
it was stressful. It didn't really work out. Um, Hiring good people was not something I was good at. Getting the good ones and keeping them, I just never seemed to be able to do that. There were a couple good people I would hire again, but they didn't stay.
Gotcha.
And
So,
so I just decided to go it by myself.
hey, and it's awesome. I'm not an owner, I'm an employee, but how is the headache for you on that? I mean, you pretty much get to pick and choose what you wanna do, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to turn you up a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, I do get to pick and choose what I want. And normally I pick mostly residential.
Mhm.
Um, some of the commercial stuff that I do seems to take me so long, it's hard to make as much money as I could in 2 or 3 residential calls. I mean, even if I'm
Yeah.
billing 135 an hour, um, if I have the time, I'll take commercial calls.
Awesome. And, I noticed just from watching your channel, over the last year, you're so low key and kinda mild manner, it doesn't seem like you get too you got a even keel to you. Does it make you happier to help, a person instead of a business? Does that have any, you know, um
Um, I do recognize that, if it's a rental property, the person I'm going to may not be paying the bill. So I feel like when I have an interaction with that person, I'm there to help them,
Sure.
and they know it and they're appreciative, and that is a little bit satisfying.
Yeah, I could see how that because I did residential for a company for the first half of my career. Now I'm just doing all light commercial stuff, and I enjoyed the interaction with the person. Sometimes, not always,
Yeah.
but a lot of times talking with the customer and helping them and seeing the smile on their face and the gratitude really made it worth it. Now I'm just fixing this, and it's the manager. It's not as personal
Yeah.
anymore for me.
Yeah.
So I could see, you've got a very even keeled temperament. I like it. It's probably a good reason why your channel has grown so much. You're a likable guy.
Huh.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you.
So my next question was residential versus commercial, and you answered that already. You'd like the residential, and the commercial tends to, you know, you don't get paid nearly as good, or it's not as satisfying to you. Um, A lot of rooftop units that are ducted into houses in Georgia, right? That's something we don't see
Rooftop?
around here. Well, a package unit.
There are lots of package units, yes, but they're not on the
Yeah.
rooftop.
I know, I call them roof. I see a package unit, that's an RTU to me, but it's a package unit set on the side of the house, ducted right into the crawl
Yes, there's
space.
those are very common.
Yeah, see,
Very
that's
common.
something we don't see around here so much. A lot of basements in Georgia or not so much?
Very few. Around here where I live, the water table is so high that if you go down like 10 feet, you're going to be standing in water.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So, if
So
you got anything that's beneath the ground, like a basement or something like that, you got to have a sump pump, and most people don't even do it.
Yeah, they just let it fill and go away.
Um, well, most people don't have a basement. I worked in a
Okay.
few of them, but basements are rare around here.
All right. All right. That's interesting. I like to hear about the different types of things. So, if you don't want to answer any of these questions, you don't have to. I'm just wondering, how long have you been in the trade? How old are
Mm,
you? You know, things like that.
I turned 52 this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I turned 52, and I've been working in HVAC steadily now since 2005 and a little while before then. But what's that, about 18 years now?
Yeah, I'm no math wizard, but it sounds about right to me.
So before that, I was just doing duct work and a helper and all that kind of stuff. But working as a technician like 18 years now.
I got you. Now, we do have a question here in the chat. I put up the banner here. Question for HVAC guy. Put it in cap locks. We'll address it in the comments. Neil C. Vid. I like to partake in some beers. I have cut down, but I'm drinking beer. He asks, what's your drink of choice? Are you a drinker? Ah, the water, you know?
Well, I would be drinking a Pepsi, but it's getting too close to my bedtime. I tend to do stupid things if I drink alcohol, so I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, I don't drink the liquor. I stick to the beer. Yeah, stick to beer, nothing to fear. That's my motto. All right, so let's get to your YouTube channel. 33,000, almost 34,000 subscribers. Did you ever think something like that? I mean, that's wild.
No,
Did you
I was honestly surprised it ever made it to monetization.
Yeah,
So, yeah, this is a surprise to me. It,
that's
my
it's awesome. Um what's the secret, man? Let me in on it, or should I take you off? We can do it in a private discussion.
well,
I don't.
I'll be honest, for the last year or so, I've been gaining about 1,100 to 1,200 subscribers a month, and I think it's partially because trying to do a video every day. I've got regular
Yeah,
content coming out, and
yeah.
sometimes that's hard to do.
Oh no, it's real hard to do. You're a beast.
Like today, what I put out today was nothing to do with HVAC at all.
Yeah,
But it was, well, sort of. I was working on my van, but just something interesting.
absolutely. Now, I know that the YouTube has put out a new thing. They're pushing these shorts. Do you? I mean, you partaking in doing the shorts
I do
videos?
sometimes, and
Yeah,
I'm not making a big effort to do that.
yeah, yeah.
I do some.
Gotcha. Yeah, I tried making some things. I actually took some of my older stuff and remixed them to put them out because it's hard. What do you to make it interesting and put YouTube shorts out.
Yeah,
Now, I noticed you're a GoPro guy, right? Is that what you're
that's
filming
right.
with primarily? Yeah.
Yes.
What do
In
you
fact, it's
got?
around here
S-
somewhere. What's
I
that
uh
now?
I use I use the GoPro 7. This is the first one I got, and it's been good.
Yeah,
What GoPro are you using?
I've got the Hero 10. It must be in my van right now.
Uh-huh.
I started with the Hero 8, but I mistakenly didn't really know how to charge my batteries. I was trying to charge my battery by plugging it into the
To the
power
camera.
cord to the camera,
Yeah.
and that is not the way to do it.
No, it isn't. I actually had to replace my batteries a couple of times. So I got this little charging port with these generic GoPro knockoff batteries, but they work good. And I don't feel so bad about, because sometimes they swell up. Have you ever had a battery
Yes,
swell up? Yeah,
I
like
got one of
this
the
one
blue
here.
batteries.
Yep.
I got one of the blue batteries, actually two of them that have gotten hot and swollen up. They still
Yeah.
work, but I'm a little bit leery about them.
Yeah. Mine quit working. You obviously you have the Facebook page, which is doing quite well. I could pull it up here, but I'm not sure the exact followers on that. Do you do Instagram or TikTok or any of the
Yeah,
other social media?
I do Instagram, and that's something that's sort of like the redheaded stepchild because Facebook and Instagram don't pay.
Hmm.
So I don't. I put something on Instagram once a week, every 2 weeks or something,
Yep.
and I monitor that Facebook group
Yep.
and try to participate in that and encourage people to post. Um, Instagram, it's like the model for being real popular on Instagram is different from YouTube. You've got to have short videos with music in them and stuff, and it's just
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. And it might not be your style or my style, you know. Um, I can totally agree on that. And I always wonder why people go for Instagram too, because I mean, I guess you could get some sort of uh, like people supplying you products to,
Oh, or sponsorships or
highlight
something like that.
like a
Yeah.
sponsorship or something like that. But I mean, I'm not making a lot of money off YouTube, hardly anything actually, just enough to keep me in Miller Lite. You know what I mean? But hey, I'm fine with that. Um,
Well, one thing that I found that Instagram is good for is if you tag a company that you're trying to get
yes,
to sponsor
yes.
you, you start tagging them in videos, they notice.
Yeah,
And
no, I've reached out to a couple of companies through Instagram, and that's definitely a major plus for Instagram. Do
now,
you get? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I got sponsorship from Field Piece. Well, I don't want to call it a sponsorship. They send me products and want me to do a video on them. And then I think I had a falling out with them because I did a video on some of their products where they didn't do very good.
Sure.
But I'm just being honest with my experience.
Yep. I'm a field piece meter guy.
Yeah,
I mean, as far as meters go, I like field piece. I've got some of their the wireless probes and the S-mans. They're great,
yep.
but I'm a as far as meters go, they're good. I'm looking at the chat here. Shorts ain't long enough. Shorts suck. You in? Then I can't get up. Fluke all day. Fluke all the way. That's what we're getting in the chat. Do
Well,
you get many? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
we were
Curtis.
talking about Field Piece and their meters and the S-mans and the probes. I ain't got no problem with
Yeah.
all that. I love them. But
Yeah.
their leak detectors are what I've had troubles with. Both
Gotcha.
of them, the DR82 and the DR58.
Hmm. I've not had a field piece refrigerant leak detector, so I can't speak to that. But hey, it's better to be honest, though. If
Yeah.
you're doing a review, you got to be honest with the excuse me, the people watching. Do you get many negative comments on your videos? Because I could only imagine with the amount of people watching, the negatives. I mean, what's your
There
ratio
are
on?
some.
Yeah.
Um, oh, the keyboard warriors. Yes, they're out there.
Mm. Yep.
Um, sometimes people will call me a hack for not checking something when they don't realize that I was actually there a couple days before and I did check those things. So in the
Sure.
video, it's not being checked, and they call me a hack for not checking it, and stuff like that. And I kind of just let it roll off my shoulders. I don't dwell on it.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. I mean, it's got to get under your skin now. It gets under mine. I had a guy, who's relentless. Um, it looks like so you're a solo guy. My next question was, do you have help on replacements? But I mean, how do
Yeah.
you do replacements all by
Um,
yourself?
there's a larger company, and the owner of that company is a friend of mine, and he will sub out my
Nice.
installs. And there's a
Yeah.
subcontractor who used to work for me who
Mm-hmm.
does really good work. So I have two options on installations, but I
Well, that's
rarely do them myself. If I do them myself, it's going to be on the weekend, and I may
yeah.
have somebody helping me.
Okay. Many oil furnaces, oil work
No,
down there?
there,
None.
there are there are some. I'm gonna say probably in the '60s and '70s they were put in some of these small towns, like in Cuthbert and Shellman. I mean, little tiny little country towns, but there aren't many of them at all.
Mhm.
And the few that I have been working on, I've replaced one of them with a heat pump.
Okay.
So they're just the demand for fuel oil isn't what it is up north because propane and natural gas flow down here no matter how cold it gets.
Well, for now. For now. I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave that where it is there. Um, I'm gonna look in the chat here. I got Mike B, Tom Leck. A lot of people here in the chat. Are you able to see the chat, HVAC guy?
No, I'm
Um,
not.
okay. These are probably a lot of the people that watch your videos as well. um, Eddie, Tech TI, Mike B, Neil C Vids, HVSR with Zay. Hey guys, I appreciate everybody coming in. If you have a question for Curtis, the HVAC guy, please put them in cap locks. That way I can notice them. Tom Leck Air Conditioning, but the difference is when you're an employee, there's a large chunk of money being put in. Uh, where is he located? He's in Georgia.
South
Um,
Georgia.
South
There's a
Georgia.
difference.
That's from cool and comfortable. South Georgia. What's in Georgia that many of the people in the chat would recognize? I mean,
What do you
anything?
mean by cities?
Cities, yeah. Where are you close to? Something.
Um, I'm closer to Tallahassee than I am Atlanta.
All right.
So I'm about an hour and a half away from Florida. We're really right out in the middle of nowhere. Southwest Georgia is very rural. The biggest driver in the economy around here is agriculture.
HVACK says HVAC guy rocks, all in caps. Cool and Kraus. Let's just say it, Curtis. Them dogs.
Yeah, I like them dogs.
Eddie
They
says you're not
hadn't
a
let me down
hacker.
last couple of years.
Yep. Bulldogs. Everything HVACR. That's Steve. He's a friend of mine. He's saying Bulldogs. Eddie's a fan. Neil C. Vids is asking corn or soy? Question mark. I'm
Corn or
going
soy?
corn.
What we grow
I mean,
down here? Most of what you see down here is peanuts, cotton, um, and pecans. We have pecan orchards all over the place.
yeah, I just watched your video on Facebook, I think, where you said that's a Georgia winter. It was the corn. It was the cotton field. It had all been picked. That
Yeah,
was pretty cool. And then I also watched your video where you were putting the truck deck in.
yeah.
How did that work out? I've been looking at one of those myself.
That it worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
I was preparing to work out of my truck because my other van got wrecked, and I just my wife and I got to talking, and she said, why don't you buy one of those big Mercedes? But I've heard that the new engines in those Mercedes aren't very reliable. So I went for looking for something else, and the first one I came across was this great big old Transit, and I bought it the next day.
All
So
right.
I didn't end up working out of my truck. It's cramped. Even if you got that extra space from the deck system, it is cramped.
But you kept the deck system, right?
Yeah, it's still there.
It's nice. I've seen those. Those are pretty cool. What's it lifted up? About 8,
12
10
inches.
inches? 12 inches.
Exactly
All
12
right.
inches.
Let me get your thoughts on AHR. I'm sure you've seen it on social media, on Instagram, all the guys
Yeah.
going out to AHR. What are your thoughts on that? Have you ever been? Would you like to go?
Yeah, I'd like to go just to see what's there.
Sure.
And maybe meet some people I've seen on YouTube or whatnot. But
Yep.
I just and it was in my home state this time, and I was actually planning to go. And I decided not to go at the last minute because I'm spending so much money on this van. I thought, well, that's just one way I could save a little money and don't go to this expo. And
Sure.
so I didn't go.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe next
I
time it's in
went.
Atlanta.
All right. Yeah. It's going to be in Chicago next year, I think. If you
Okay.
can brave yourself through Chicago. I don't know. I'm a little leery of these big cities. um, Here's just some random questions I wrote down. Your worst customer, the worst house experience you've had. You've got to have a story.
Oh,
What's the
well,
worst experience or one of them?
one time it was a crawl space,
Mhm.
and customer said that he was having mold problems in his house. And when I walk around the air conditioner, it's like a swamp. It's just soggy, wet bottom kind of grass. I mean, you just sink in it. And when I crawled under the house, the soil was damp. And when I looked up at the rafters, they were covered in like a black algae. And they
Mm.
were so wet, they were dripping on me. And I noticed several cracks in several of his floor joists and stuff like that. And the person living there was a tenant, and of course he had 100 questions. And the people I was working for, I know that they didn't want me to tell him.
Yeah,
Um, that one was pretty bad. That was rough because I felt like the house needed to be condemned.
sure. I was at a we used to do a lot of oil furnace and trailers in my first job. So I was under a trailer one time. I was getting ready to go under, had my mag light ready, tool bag. And the guy said, "Be careful in here. We got brown recluse spiders." And I was like, "What is that?" And he pulled his pant leg up, showed me his knee, and had like a rotten out hollow spot in his knee where the spider had bit him. And I was like, "Oh my god, now I got to go under here." I felt like Indiana Jones, like moving around spider webs.
Well, around here
Uh,
we got brown recluses, we got black widows, we have brown widows, and they all seem to hang out together.
oh man, you keep that bug spray on hand.
I've got some, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Um, that degreaser works pretty good too. I mean, for dog repellent, the spider repellent, it repel just about anything, including grease.
oh,
Um, I'm looking through the chat here. It's hard to tell because I'm listening to you. Albany, more package faux inside of the van. You got pack out stuff. I'm seeing a lot of
yeah,
pack out talk in the chat.
yeah. I in my new van, I basically decked out one whole side of it as nothing but pack out, and I've got some
Nice.
pack out on the other side. So it's got shelves on one side, and then hanging, and then like standing pack outs on the other.
Are you aware of Coolin' with Kraus? Jacob
Oh
Kraus?
yeah, he's been putting out some
He
funny videos lately.
Yeah, I love Kraus. Uh, he is the pack out tool review king, in my opinion. Um, I had him on a live stream once too, and I said, "Go to your favorite place," and he was broadcasting from in front of a mountain of pack out. So, cooling with Kraus, yeah, he's the man. I like Kraus. All right, let's get back to what I've got going here. Worst customer, worst house. We've covered that. I ran into a house once too where I walked in, just to interject here real quick. I went in, the guy met me outside. He looked like Super Mario. Shook my hand. He said his furnace was jacked up. So I went down in the basement and I said, I got to go back out. I got to grab something out of my van. I was going to get a shop vac because it was so nasty. I had to like sweep it out. And he said, I'll follow you out. And as I walked out, I noticed on the way out the mountains of porn videos everywhere. And I was like, this dude's following me to make sure I don't steal his porn. So that was one of my worst customer experiences. The house was disgusting. There was a mattress in the living room. There's empty fast food containers everywhere, and just more porn than one person should own. Anyway, moving on.
Well, let me tell you about one of mine. It was
Yeah.
a home warranty call, and this is a worse customer, and she had an old system with a leaking evaporator coil. I just assumed they were living on a budget because they were, but I went inside and I told them, I said, this thing's about 20 years old. It's got a leaking evaporator coil. If you're going to replace the system, now's the time. And I'm going to try to help you get a new system. But with the home warranty, there's some out of pocket costs. When I said that, I started getting the third degree, like I was trying to rip them off
Yeah.
or take money from them. And it was so bad, I ended up just turning around, walking out the door. And on my way out, I said, damn. And they heard me.
Yeah.
And they came running out the front door saying they didn't appreciate that. And I was so flustered, I didn't think to say, hey, I was trying to help you and you're giving me the third degree like I'm trying to rip you off. I just got in my van and I drove away. But that one, that
Yeah.
stuck with me. I put a little note on top of their customer name saying, do not go. So if they call, I'm not going.
Do you watch Steve Lav?
Sometimes, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
he just
he
had
often
one.
does stuff that I don't really work on, like the oil
Yeah.
furnaces and the plumbing. If he gets into something like that, I don't watch.
Well, he just had one. Some crazy lady, the boiler loop on her front porch had split and burst, and he's there, normal back and forth with the customer like he has. It's hilarious. I love his videos. And she starts talking about how her check might bounce. It just goes boom. Next thing you know, he's in his van. He's like, "Yeah, what? Oh, dude, you got to go watch that one. It was freaking great." Next shot, he's in the van leaving. It was awesome. Um, uh,
That's funny.
so you
Uh,
mentioned you got a new van. What is the van? What are you driving? Is it Transit?
yeah, Ford Transit 350. The thing's like 20 feet long, 9 feet tall.
Nice,
It's huge.
nice.
I figured if I'm
That's
gonna get me a van I can stand up in, I'm gonna get a big one, and I did. I got
nice.
a really big one.
Well, good, good. That's awesome. I mean, you are in your 50s after all. No, I'm
Well,
just playing around with
I feel
you.
pretty good for
I'm
50.
No, you look good. I would have guessed you were in your 40s, late 40s, but hey, that's good. So, AHR thoughts ever been or gone? No, but you want to. Worst customer, worst house. What's your plans for the future? I mean, you've got this, I mean, 30, 34,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's good. I see you're thinking about putting out some merch.
I've got, what's that company that Spring that works through
Teespring, Spring.
YouTube?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I've got some stuff through them, and I was really wanting to put out some shirts and some sweatshirts and some baseball caps, but they have made it so difficult to do a baseball cap that it's become impossible for me. Um,
Gotcha. All
but
right.
that's just sort of a side. It's just there in case somebody wants something. A couple stickers that I have.
Sure.
Um, I don't really promote it, but it's there.
Awesome. Well, we've got some questions here in the chat. Um, Jason Johnson. Let me see here. Curtis, are you a Rude Ream Pro? Question mark. That's from Coolin' with Kraus.
Um, I'm a root dealer, but my root dealer doesn't do the pro dealer thing that they have.
Uh huh.
So no, I haven't signed up for that. There's no benefit for me to do that. I'm already getting the good pricing, so there's really no benefit for me.
Gotcha. Now I can only assume that from this next comment from Kraus, he says Curtis got them road maps on his forearms. Are you active in working out, lifting weights? You look like a pretty
Um,
strong guy.
I do exercise 2 to 3 times a week, and I do it right here in my shop.
Uh huh.
I've got me an ab wheel back there, a couple of dumbbells, and but I don't do much more than push ups in the ab wheel, and that's about it.
Nice, nice. I'm assuming he's talking about the strong forearms. I'm not. I don't got that. Um, Neil C. Vids is asking, how do you relax, Curtis?
Well, I try to make time for myself when I go home. At every day, I try to leave by about 5 o'clock and go home.
Yeah,
And that time between 5 and whenever I go to bed, lately it's been like 9, 10 o'clock. I try to go to bed early, but that time is for me and my wife. And on the weekends, I only work if I want to. So
gotcha.
that's when I take my time.
And see, I wish I had that luxury too, but I don't want the headache of the business. I like I like when I get off work, I'm done. I don't have to worry about fielding any more phone calls or anything like that. But you know, ooh,
Well, I
Shannon
don't
Knight's in the
really
house.
either. I don't
Yeah.
really either. I'm gonna tell you, at 5 o'clock, I quit answering the phone, and I'll check messages maybe 3 or 4 times until 8 o'clock, and then at 8 o'clock, I don't even check messages anymore.
We got another one here from Tech TI. What do you usually pack for lunch in the summertime?
Me?
You. Yeah, they're not asking
Um,
me. Do you pack lunch? Do you buy
no.
lunch?
I
No.
might pack drinks, make sure I have
Uh huh.
some waters in my van so I could have something to drink. But I'll stop and get something. I'll get a. There's a local place here called Jimmy's Hot Dogs, and they have sausage dogs.
Yeah.
And I'll get there about every other day. I'll go by there.
Nice. Nice. Have you ever thought about, because I've toyed with the idea that now that I've got a little YouTube channel, making a little side business out of it, I can edit and this and that. How about making some advertisements, some social media commercials for your favorite place, like Jimmy's Hot Dogs with the sausage dogs? You ever toy with that?
um, no, no. Uh, I've actually no. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. That's going to bring me out to your next question. My next question. If you weren't doing HVAC, what would you be doing? You got any hobbies, any passions, anything you like to do?
Well,
What's the HVAC guy do when he's not doing HVAC guy stuff?
um, I like college football. I
Yeah,
really
all
like
right.
college football. So when that's around, I'm watching. That's what I'm doing on weekends. And if you
Nice.
see these behind me, can you see this? I'm not sure if you can see my face.
I see those.
Those
I was
are
going to ask what those were.
those are. Let me get one. That's a Volkswagen hubcap,
Okay.
and
I see
that.
it.
And if you look at the emblem, it kind of looks like a stylized swastika. I'm not a Nazi, but that's the
Yeah.
Workers' Party emblem that's in the middle from wartime Germany. And I have a vintage Volkswagen, and I would like to spend more time playing with it and driving it around and doing stuff like that. I used to go to car shows and stuff like that, but I guess right now my hobby has become YouTube.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's become my hobby as well. Um, what? channels on YouTube do you watch?
Um, one of the guys I started watching, I think you just said was a friend of yours. Did you say Steve?
Yeah, everything HVACR, Steve.
And he does generators sometimes.
Well, that's Rick. I do a live stream on Sundays with Steve from Everything HVACR and also Rick. His channel's HVACR Survival. He does the generators.
All right, I watched both of them. So
Yep.
Rick, I started watching him because of the generators.
Okay.
Um, and there's a fella in Michigan that I watch almost every video he puts out on the Michigan heating guy.
Yeah, I've seen him too.
He seems to be real down to earth. I watch John Israel. I stopped watching all of Mikey Pipes.
Yeah.
I still watch some of his stuff sometimes, but let me see. Who do I watch? I do. I watch when I can. I watch when I
Yeah.
can. So,
Do you
but yeah,
watch anything other than Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
everything
Everything
HVACR. I watch him. Um, if you could get Shannon Knight to put out some videos, I'd watch him too.
I wanted to do some stuff with Shannon Knight. I wanted to start a live stream, maybe a podcast with him. Can't get him to come on. I love Shannon Knight. I love Shannon Knight. He's just doesn't want to do it. I think the guy's got a personality that would go big. Um, don't you? I like Shannon
Yeah, he
and
seems to be a nice
Kraus.
guy.
He's a real nice guy. Um, any channels you watch that aren't HVAC related?
I do watch some video making channels,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tell you, there's one channel I watch, and I don't watch. He's a HVAC guy, but I don't watch him for his HVAC. I watch him for his videography, and that's on Quality HVAC.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I don't really
His
watch him for his content. I'm watching for
The way
because
he makes his
he
video.
seems like he's gone to school for videography or something because he
Yeah.
puts a lot of time and effort into it.
Yeah, he's real good. He was just at AHR too. I the name is escaping me. I don't know why, but I'm
Is
on
it
the spot
Zach?
here. Zach Desjardins. Yes, you're
Yeah.
exactly right. Thank you for reminding me of that. So you're obviously a college football fan. So we know you're
Yes.
a sports guy. Who do you got in the Super Bowl?
I quit watching football when it goes to pro.
Okay, so you're not watching the Super Bowl tomorrow?
I might watch it for the commercials. Well, for me, the pro football, those guys are just out there to make money. But in
They don't
college,
care. Yep.
the college is more. These guys are trying to make a name for themselves. They're playing for their school.
They're hungry.
Except except for some teams that seem to be so professional, it's crazy. Um, most of those players are playing for a scholarship or they're just trying to make a name for themselves and they're playing for their home state. And that's why I like college football.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. So we don't have any odds or any bet for HVAC guy on the Super Bowl. So
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm pulling for Kansas City, even though I may not be watching,
gotcha.
because
Gotcha.
I happen to have a friend who is a Kansas City fanatic, and I'll be pulling for them on his behalf.
Right on. I'm at the end of my questions, and as you can see, I took my time today to try to map out some questions. I'm real happy and real thrilled that you came on. I'm a fan of yours. I've been watching. I don't always comment. I'm not the biggest commenter because what can I say other than great video? You know what I mean? I'm not the
Well,
biggest commenter, but I have been watching. Um, let's take a look in the chat real quick. What about hockey? Neil C. Vids asks. You like a
Down
hockey?
here?
I guess. I'm just relaying the question.
No, we don't have much hockey down here.
Yeah, Pat Finley is in the chat. He says, "What's up to Adrian? That's HVAC, reliable HVACR. He just won an award at the HVAC Tactical Awards. Have you seen that?
I'm aware of it. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm aware of
that
it.
was cool. HVAC Tactical Awards. You never know, guys. I'm pretty sure the way that works is you go to the HVAC Tactical website and you can nominate your favorite YouTuber or Instagram or social media guy. So if everybody in the chat really likes HVAC guy, head on over to HVAC Tactical. Maybe we can get this guy, I mean, an award next year. Wouldn't that be nice? I bet you that would get you to AHR, right? You were going to be presented
Um,
with an award.
yeah, that might get me there.
Yeah, that might get him there. So, um, either way, 34,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's an award all on its own. I mean,
Yeah.
it's awesome. Oh, my daughter wants to say hi. Come on, sweetie. You got to scoot in so he can see you. Speaking to Mike,
Hello.
say hello.
Hi.
All right, sweetie. I'm about to wrap this up with Curtis. He's the HVAC guy. So go see mommy. Thanks. All right.
Well,
Anyway.
Ryan, it was good talking to you.
No, it was good talking to you too. Real quick before you go, I'm just going to look over this chat real quick in case anybody has any questions. Offer Shannon sunglasses, he says. Are you a Braves fan? Jason Johnson is asking.
No,
No.
I
Sorry,
would be.
Jason.
Here's the deal with the Braves. When I grew up, I was playing Little League Baseball, and the closest pro team to me was the Atlanta Braves.
Uh-huh.
But they couldn't win a game. And they just couldn't do it. I mean, they
So
seem to be okay now, but they just could not win a game. And I ever since then, I just am not a fan.
real quick too, you mentioned HVACR Survival, Rick, the guy that does the generator videos, and also
Yeah,
Steve from Everything HVACR. They would be thrilled to have you on their live stream on Sundays anytime. So if they reach out to you, just so you know, they kind of reached out to me tonight to pass that along to you. So if you want to do a live stream again with these guys, they're open and willing to do that.
sure.
Because everybody's fans, everybody's watching each other's stuff, and that's awesome. Jason Johnson says he's a Padres fan for life. SD born and raised. Yep. I met Rick and he was super cool. Phillies, Cubs, Yo Kraus. That's what we got going on in the chat. So Curtis, I'm real thrilled to meet you. It's a pleasure to actually sit down and talk. His channel is HVAC Guy on YouTube. He's blown up. He's doing good work, residential HVAC repair, making that connection with his customers. They don't always go, it's always different. That's what I like about your channel. You never know what you're going to run into when the video
Yeah,
starts. And
yeah.
it's cool. I love it. So keep
Well,
doing
thank you.
what you're doing. Yeah, absolutely.
And I
I
appreciate the
appreciate,
guys tuning in to the show.
yeah. So guys, everybody, if you're not already subscribed to HVAC Guy on YouTube, head on over there. Curtis, it's been a pleasure, my friend, sir.
Nice talking to
I
you, Ryan.
appreciate, absolutely. Continued success to you.
Thank you.
And we'll talk to you later, man. Don't be a
All right.
stranger. All right.
Will not. Bye bye.
Bye now. All right, guys. That's it. Look at this banner at the bottom. Hit me up. Hughesman, HVAC at gmail.com. Any questions? Anything. You want to tell me I suck? Go for it. That's where you're going to send it. Or you can do it in the comments. It's fine with me. Uh-oh. What do we got going on here? Hitting buttons. Oh. Stop. We're going to restart this. I'm going to turn it up. Live streams Saturday nights. I'm trying to bring on some new guys, some interview stuff, some stuff like this where I'm interviewing people. So if you guys got any suggestions for who I could bring on Saturday nights, write up a little paper, ask some questions. I love doing it. I'm thinking about starting a podcast, and you never know if I go ahead and do it. Maybe this will be podcast number 1. HVAC guy. What do we got going on here? Good stuff, Ryan. Thank you, Adrian. Solid stuff. Hit that like button. Thank you, Kraus. I love Kraus. My homie. AJ, you suck. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. No, I do. Good stuff from Jason Johnson. I appreciate it, guys. So thank you very much for checking out the live stream. Got one beer left. Should I chug it on camera here? I don't know. Nice job, Ryan, from Eddie. Thank you, guys. I'm just a guy sitting in front of my computer. My kids, my family, they're waiting for me upstairs. So awesome. I'm so happy to have everybody here. Appreciate it. The content isn't been coming along as like I wanted it to, but I'm going to get back on it. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate you coming in. Check out next Saturday. If I can get another guest on, I'm going to bring them on. If not, I'll have Steve on, or Kraus, or even Chris C. Young. He wants to come on. Chris, you want to come on? Let's do this. Take it to the head, he says. All right, guys. Appreciate you watching. I'm not chugging the whole thing. Anyway. All right, guys. Have a good Saturday night. Enjoy that Super Bowl tomorrow. Woo! See you on the next one.